New FBI estimates reveal Americans lost $1 billion to online romance scammers in 2021. Data from the Federal Trade Commission also shows that 1 in every 4 reported scams involved cryptocurrency.
Reports of romance scams went up across all age groups. However, 18 to 29-year-olds saw the biggest increase. Young people averaged just over $700 in losses. That's compared to $9,000 for victims 70 years and older. So online scamming, I mean, I've done a lot of online dating in my life. I'm going to admit that I did the whole Tinder thing and Bumble and the whole 9 yards. But I don't know how you could get scammed out of money. I did have one date one time ask me for his money back for the date. Because the date went so horribly. He was like, I want my money back for paying for lunch.
What'd you tell him?
I gave him his money back. He was harassing me so much that I was like, fine, here's $100. Will you go away?
Yeah.
Amazing. I think romance is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that line there. So if you look at I have open DMs. And so if you look in your DMs, they'll look at my DMs every other day, every day or so.
You get a crazy message from someone.
Crazy message from some young woman that's speaking like broken English.
Right.
Right. This must be, yeah.
And I suspect that.
I don't think that's what they're. So what I think this is, and like you and I have both been married for a year, not to each other, to our wives.
Not that there's anything wrong.
No, not that there's anything wrong with that. I think what they're talking about is, so there are these con artist type people who will like go on, you probably a dude, goes on dates with nice gullible young lady or middle-aged lady, like showers them with money, really fancy stuff. And then, a week or maybe even months later, they get a call and say, "Oh my God, I've been in this terrible accident and I lost my bank account number or my grandma. You need to wire me $70,000 right now, babe. Please, etc."
Right.
And I think that's the scam that they're talking about.
Yeah, it's hard to know because this is the FBI, right? And so they're not exactly giving us all the details. But I originally kind of thought maybe this was the young girl, in the Philippines or something, saying to the old man, help me come to America, give me some money, or I need help. My family is starving or something like. I've heard of people doing this and actually falling for it. But that's an older person. But they're saying that the age group is 18.
That's not a scam as long as she actually shows up.
No, I mean it's
just kidding. It's just.
But 18 to 29-year-old.
Sex trafficking.
It looks like the 18 to 29-year-olds, A, they have less money to get taken from them, but B, it seems like they catch on to the scam a lot quicker.
What would the scam be that you would fall for from 18 to 29 years old? I mean, maybe it is what Robby's saying. It's like the tugging on those innocent heartstrings of like,
I think I think it's the professional
so?
con artist type person. Because you wouldn't scam them out of that much money. Like, people don't fall for the Nigerian tricksters anymore, do they?
I hope not.
Not young people, I don't think so. Old people, right?
For something. Right, but 18 to 29, that's what makes this so strange.
Yeah, they're not going to fall for that. They're getting hardcore scammed by, by West Elm Caleb professional, whatever. That guy wasn't a professional con artist, but someone really good at navigating these.
I do have a friend that was like full on catfished by a woman who he ended up he was like trying to meet up with her. It was his girlfriend. And of course she said that she was a former guest model who was going to medical school, right? Like she's like the perfect woman. And she has this fantastic voice. And she sent him a clip of her singing and it turned out it was a Kelly Clarkson song. But how would he know, right?
So he did lose money?
I think he was buying her gifts and buying her things.
There it is, yeah.
Yeah, and, thinking that they were going to meet up and they were in this kind of relationship. And the relationship lasted like 9 months. And he's not the only friend. A couple of other friends have fallen for similar things, maybe for not the same duration, but buying the gifts, sending the money, padding the bank accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's this great story from a while ago. Some university professor getting scammed by some woman like this, and
the New York Times.
Yeah, and eventually she asked him to carry a suitcase for her, like suitcase full of drugs, and he ends up in some Argentine prison or something. So that's.
I've always said when it comes to online dating, online romance, meet early. You have to meet early. In my former life, as a radio talk show host, I gave relationship advice, believe it or not, and dating advice. And the one thing I always said to people was, if you're going to meet somebody online, do not waste your time having conversations with them online over the internet. Meet early, meet in person, figure out their lives. Like after talking to them one time on FaceTime, then go meet. You can't do this to yourself. Otherwise, you will be scammed out of $700 on average.
The thing people try to scam me with these, I don't know if it's a scam. I don't know if it counts as a scam. I'll get messages like I'm not verified on Instagram. I would like to be verified on Instagram, and people will DM me and say, "Oh, we can help you get Instagram verification." So I've responded several times, like, "Okay, what does this involve?" They're like, "We're gonna share your content all the time, and we're gonna promote you, and we're gonna tell all our followers to follow you." Say, "Okay, go ahead and do that."
So,
and they say, "No, here's how much it costs." And I say, "No, blocked."
Right.
Do you know how I just mentioned, I mentioned that I was scammed by somebody with Zelle, and it was it was that, Robby, but it wasn't verification. I'm just trying to get into my Instagram account. I haven't been able to get into it since last April.
Yeah, you've described that. It's confused us all a lot.
And so people have reached out to me saying, I can help you get into it. This one person reached out saying, I can help you get it. I know the people at Instagram. I'll talk to them. I'll be able to get you into this. And I was like, okay, how much? And they said $150. And I said, all right. So I Zelled them the money. And what do you think happened? Nothing. They did nothing for me. They absolutely did nothing.
You got to send them another 150, I think. That's the...
That's what they did. They they said, okay, we'll get this done in like an hour, and then of course a few hours go by, and a few more hours go by, and they're, oh no, I'm sorry, working on it. I fell for it. I totally fell for it. And then of course, like 8 hours later, they say, ooh, it looks like we need another $100 to get this done, and I was like, that's it. No, I'm not. Okay, fool me once. Shame
Kim,
on
Kim. But if you send me $100, I could totally get you back into your Instagram account.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wait, I could put on a little mustache.
You can't even get a verification, so no.
I'm just lack of funds. You could wire me that money right now.
I had somebody recently reach out and say, I have a story for you, possibly. Like, I think I got robbed by an MSNBC host who said that she would sell me her PlayStation, her PS5. I sent her the $600 or $400, and she never sent me the thing. So I reached out to her, and I was like, did you offer to sell somebody a PS5 and not give it to them? What's going on? She's like, no, I was hacked. And within a half an hour, and somebody had posted from her account, like, hey, I don't want my PS5 anymore. Who wants it? Just Zelle me $500.
I wonder how many people they got.
A bunch of people did it. And she's like, I'm so sorry, but I don't have a PlayStation. She got her account back in like a half an hour, but in that short amount of time, and I told the guy, he was like, oh God.
I've had people actually before, people catfishing other people pretending to be me. I have like fake Twitter and Instagram and Facebook profiles where it's like they steal a picture of me, and people have told me, hey, is this you? I'm getting messages from you. I'm like, nope, not me. Please report that person. Yeah. And then usually the tech companies do something about it, like
I had somebody do the same thing. They were using my photographs and stuff. But I read the profile. I found somebody sent it to me, and I read the profile, and they made me a way better person than I am. I was like, wow, I would definitely choose that one over the real one.
Moral of the story: be careful out there.
Be careful out there, kids. Yeah. Don't offer to help Kim get into her Instagram because she's very susceptible to this.
I get scammed all the time. I'm very gullible. It turns out I'm very gullible.
All right, we'll have more Rising right after this.